All right, so hi there. I'm going to start today's class. You might join in a few minutes, but if that's not the case, anyway, I have to work on this class. And if you watch it, it's important that you can practice these two elements. All right, so we practiced like mainly two lessons. It was related to stative verbs, right? Action and non-action verbs. And we started also with models of request. That is this one over here. All right, sorry, my nose. And we understood, I believe, the difference between a request and an offer. Now we have to practice, or we should practice. Again, if you're not going to be here, at least you're going to watch the class and you're going to try to practice by yourselves. And you may let me know, right, if you have questions about it. So let's take a look at these models of request. So first, it's important to understand this. We use the models of request and offers, can, will, could and would, right? Those are all models to ask for things, make offers, invite people, and order in a restaurant. These models all have the same basic meaning, right? But some are more formal than others. And we also talked about that, right? This is only an exception, but usually it's like this. Can and will are not that formal. And if you want to be more formal, usually you're going to use could or would. Will only in a very specific situation, right? Now, this is only a reminder because you know how this works. Every time you use a model, you have to use the base form of the verb, right? You don't say to or you don't say ing. Right? For example, I can go there, right? I can study this, I can evaluate that, and so on, right? But the study, evaluate, do, all of those are in the base verb, right? So every time, all right, you don't have to forget that. Every time you use the model, you have to use the base form of the verb. It doesn't matter if it's affirmative, it doesn't matter if it's negative or a question, right? In the three cases, you are going to use the base form, all right? And again, you don't say to or you don't say ing. That's important there, all right? So being with that clear, we are going to start working with some examples. And again, we're going to work with four main elements. First, making requests. Answering, that's not another one, okay? That's not going to be evaluated. Only making requests, offers, invitations, and ordering in restaurants. All right, those are the four things we're going to be practicing. Mainly here, saying some examples and writing examples at the end. Okay, this is going to be very short. And then we're going to go to the next lesson and the last lesson for today and for this week. All right. Remember something, please. I'm not going to extend the time for the assignments. It's important that you can finish everything, or at least everything that you can for today, 11:59 p.m. Right? We said that on Monday. And remember also that after we finish this class at 7:45 p.m., the quiz is going to be available. Okay, you can take the quiz tonight. You can take it tomorrow, the whole day, right? But remember, once you open it, you have to take it, or you can take it on Sunday. All right. But once again, today, 11:59 p.m. I'm just showing you that one over here. Is the last chance for you for this is the one for completing these assignments. Okay. So once again, these are all the assignments that you should complete. And the due date is today, August the 12th, right? 11:59 p.m. Right? And the test that is going to be available again today after class, 7:45 p.m. You can take it until August the 14th, and that's Sunday. All right. And again, the usual time, 11:59 p.m. Please don't forget that. It's important that you can work on Pearson because remember, all your scores are there. Okay, that's it. Now, let's start working with this. You read some of it, but we're going to read it entirely one more time, please. This is for you, please, Astrid. Let's read making requests.
Good afternoon, teacher. Okay. We use modals of request when we ask someone to do something or when we want something. Would you pass me the salt? We put please after the subject or at the end of the sentence to make any request more polite. Could you please open the door? Can you wait a moment, please? We put not before the verb for negative request to ask someone not to do something. Would you please not smoke here? Can you not use your phone in the library?
Great. Thank you, Astrid. All right. So it's important again to understand how to work with these requests. So as you can say, or sorry, as you can see, you can use will for requests. You can use could for requests. You can use can for requests, or even would. Okay. But it's not what you like, right? What you want. No, because it's more a request that you are asking for. So you're not going to talk about invitations or those type of questions, all right? Here is directly with the verb. Okay, will you pass me the salt? Could you open the door? Can you wait a moment? Would you please not smoke here? And can you not use your phone in the library? Right? All of those examples, if you analyze them, they go straight to the point because you're asking someone to do something for you. All right, and please take this into account. Take where you can use please. All right, these are the best places, and where you can use not for negative ideas. All right, so let's start, please, only by speaking again this part. This is going to be for you, Evelyn. Evelyn, please give me one example. All right, give me a request like here using will. What request can you make, Evelyn?
Good afternoon. Will you pass me the glass?
Okay, that is correct. That's one. Good. Now let's work with another one, please, Evelyn. All right. So I'm going to ask you that. One is good. We can use the verbs we have here. Now the next one is going to be with a different verb. Let's try to use another one, please, Evelyn. Another example. But you are not going to be able to use pass, open, all right, wait, or smoke, or use. All right. So what do you say? And you can use will or you can use another model, Evelyn.
I should use other verb.
Yes, you have to use other verbs. You cannot use pass, open, wait, smoke, use. You cannot use those. Use any model that you want. Will, could, can, would. All right. And again, it has to be a request. What do you say? What could it be?
Will you give me will you give me my book?
It is correct. It is correct because in a certain way that's a request. Good. All right. And the last one, please. Okay. Only one more, please, Evelyn. It has to be negative. All right. It has to be negative. Again, you cannot use those verbs. All right. And also you cannot use give now. So what do you say? One last example, please, Evelyn, using negative with any model that you want.
Okay. Can you not talk aloud?
All right. Okay. Thank you, Evelyn. Yes. Talk. Or even it's better if you talk about the sound. It's better if you say speak aloud. Right? Good. It's great. Can you not talk aloud or speak aloud? That's better. Okay. When you talk about the sound, it's better if you say speak. all right? Because talk is more related to the topics, but speak is related to a language, speak English, or the tone of your voice, right? Speak loudly, speak aloud, or speak softly, right? Good, there you go. Thank you, Evelyn. I'm going with you now, Astrid. The same, please, all right, the same. Give me two affirmative examples, all right, of making a request, but you cannot use those verbs, all right? You can use any of these models, Astrid. It can be one with will and the other one with could, okay? Two affirmative ones and one negative. Let's do it, please, Astrid.
Okay. Will you answer my question, please? And the other, will you pass the cup?
Okay, it is correct. Okay, but one more, please, one extra. We cannot use the same verbs here, okay? Another one, but you cannot use pass.
Could you please try to do that?
All right, yes, that is valid. As an attempt to do something, you don't have to be specific. It is correct. One more, please, now, Astrid. It has to be negative.
Will you please not eat here?
There you go. Thank you very much, Astrid. Thank you, girls. So that's it, okay? Those are requests, right? Will you do this for me? Or will you do me a favor, right? Will you do me a favor? Will you, right, lend me, right? Will you lend me something, right? Your hat, your computer, your cell phone. Will you help, right? Will you help me with this? Will you, and whatever you want, right? But again, it's something that someone else is going to do for you, right? So you can use almost any verb that you want, as long as it makes sense, right? And it's understandable that the other person is doing that for you. Good. So this is something interesting. Again, this is not the main idea. This is just for you to know, all right? You're not going to practice this, girls. Evelyn, let's read this, please. Answering requests.
Sorry, teacher.
Let's read everything here, please. Answering requests, let's read everything, please.
Okay. We usually answer requests. We usually answer requests with can, will, and can't. We generally don't use could or would in short answers, and we try to avoid using won't because it sounds impolite and angry. Can, will, could, would you please come inside? It's very cold out there. Yes, I can, will, no, I can't. If we use can in a short answer, we often use sorry or I am sorry to make it sound more polite. I am sorry, but I can't.
Great. Thank you, Evelyn. Now, let's take this into account, please. Again, you're not going to practice, but you're going to answer some questions. So please, Astrid and Evelyn, you're going to let me know if you have questions about this. Remember, in other words, only, all right, it's better to only use can and will in the answers, okay? Not in the questions. In the questions, you can say, can you please come inside? Will you please come inside? Could you please come inside? Would you please come inside? Everything is correct, okay? So that's great. But you cannot say it's incorrect if you say, yes, I could, because could is possibility, so it doesn't make sense. Okay, you need to show acceptance. Yes, I would. Would is not affirmative. Would is like conditional. That's why you don't use would. But you can use can because it's more like certain. Okay, yes, I can. Or yes, I will, because it shows something more sure. Okay, it shows something more certain. Okay, so don't use could, don't use would when you answer requests. All right, and finally, don't use won't, because again, it sounds impolite and angry, and it sounds like no, I won't. I never do that, or something like that. Okay, it's like it's too strong. It's too strong if you say no, I won't. All right. It doesn't matter if they ask you, will you please come inside? You don't say yes or no, I won't. Sorry. No, you can. You have to say, and it's better. No, I can't. Okay, sorry, I can't. I have to do other things, or sorry, no, I'm okay. No, thanks. I'm okay. Right. So remember, it's a request. You can accept it or you can reject that request. Right. So with that said, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. All right, there. Astrid, if I ask you this, Astrid, why is it not a good idea to use could or would in affirmative answers for a request, Astrid? How can you explain that? For example, in will you pass me the salt? It's not a good idea to answer yes, I could or yes, I would. Why? How can you explain that?
Because the answer will be like a possibility. And when we want to answer, we have to be sure. And when yes, I can, or not, I can't.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Astrid. That's correct. Great. If you say yes, I could, it's not like yes. No, it's like probably or possibly, right? And you don't give that idea here. All right, good, perfect. You don't say could, you don't say would. And what about negative? You mentioned that one, Astrid, but this is for you, Evelyn. Why is it not correct to use want, even if you have will in the question, Evelyn? Will you pass me the salt? It's incorrect to say no, I won't. Why? Why is it incorrect, Evelyn, according to the previous explanation?
Why is incorrect? Use won't, because sounds impolite.
Very well, exactly. It sounds impolite. It's too strong, right? Great. Okay, that's enough. Thank you, girls. Because I guess those questions, I'm not going to practice these type of answers with you. What I really want you to practice is the way you can ask the questions. Okay, so again, it's going to be short. Now, only speaking, this, then offers speaking, then invitations speaking, then ordering speaking. And at the end, you're going to write a list of questions. Okay, it's not a short list of questions. And with that, we finish. All right, and we go to the last lesson. Let's work now with offers. And offers is going to be something that you are going to read, please, Astrid. Let's read everything here, please.
Okay, teacher. And we use can and could when we offer to do things. Can I help you? Could we get you something to eat? We can also make offers by asking what someone would like. Would you like a soft drink?
Great. Thank you, Astrid. Now, this is very important, all right? If it's an offer, it means that you are doing something for another person, right? So you have to use I. You have to use we, all right? And also pay attention. You use usually can and could, but sometimes you can also use would like for offers. But again, if you analyze here, the subject is you, but you are going to do something for that person, all right? It's going to be, again, you're not going to ask, would you like to go to the cinema, right? No, that's an invitation. That's not an offer. An offer is when you are going to do something for that person. For example, you offer drinks, or you offer food, or you offer help, right? Be careful with that one, okay? Would you like to go to the cinema is incorrect here. That's not an offer, all right? And again, this is for this grammar part. Later on, it doesn't matter. Let's work once again, please. Only speaking. We're only going to work with 2 examples, all right? One example, so that everything is clear. One example is going to be with this, all right? Remember, you have to use I or we because you're offering. And one example is going to be with this one. Would you like? All right, let's start with you, please, Evelyn. Again, let's try to use different verbs and different words, okay? Let's try not to use this help or this get or here this element, okay, a soft drink. So what do you say? What 2 examples can you give me, Evelyn? One example with can or could, and one example with would like.
Would you like a glass of water?
Correct, that's correct. Good, that's one with would. One more, please, now using can or could. What do you say? One more example, please, with can or could.
Can I use your bathroom or restroom?
The question is correct, Evelyn, but if you analyze, that's not an offer, right? If you remember offer, it means that you are going to do something for the other person, right? If you say, can I use the bathroom? That's something for you, right? That's not an offer. You're asking for permission, right? So that's permission. So what do you say? One more, please. You need to offer something to the other person.
I don't know.
I'm going to help. It's difficult, Evelyn, because there are not many verbs for offering. I'm going to give you the verb, okay? Use the verb bring. Remember, bring means traer, okay? Bring. So what example can you give me with can, could, and bring?
Can I bring something? Can I bring you something?
Let's only compliment. It's correct. Can I bring you something? Now, instead of to eat, what can you say? A similar verb to eat.
I'm sorry. Can I bring you something to drink?
Correct. Good. There you go. That's correct. Okay. Thank you, Evelyn. Good. Again, don't worry. These are very specific. That's why, and of course, in real life, it's not going to be like that, right? I need to think of an offer, right? Here is only for practicing, but it's important that you can look for alternatives. All right. If you cannot use get, then you can use a similar verb, which is going to be in this case, bring, right? Can I bring you, or can I, you have other alternatives. Serve is one alternative, right? Even give in a certain way here, all right? But again, it depends on you, on how you organize that offering. Okay, good. Thank you, Evelyn. Astrid, the same with you, please. One example with can or could. Let's try, please, not to use help and get. And one example with would you, or sorry, would like. And again, let's try not to use soft drink.
Can I walk you home?
All right, great. That's interesting. That's really good. That's an interesting verb. Walk you home. Good.
And the
One we
other,
would like this.
would you like to eat chocolate?
Exactly. Thank you very much. That's correct. Good. Because in a certain way, that's an offer, right? And if you ask that, I imagine that you are going to give that person some chocolate, right? So that being the idea, the offer is correct. Good. Walk. Walk is a great verb, right? And walk can be used in the way you did it, Astrid, right? Can I walk you home, right? Walk someone to a place, it means that you're going to accompany, right? You're going to accompany that person. You're going to be with that person in that trajectory, right? Or in that traject. And that's going to be a great way to express that idea. And even if it's not going to be walking, right? Perhaps you can use take or drive, right? Could I drive you home? Could I take you home, right? Or even if you want to say that you want to show the place, can I walk you around or walk you, yes, around mainly, right? You're going to show the place. So great. There you go. Those are offers. Please don't forget, Astrid and Evelyn, in a few minutes, you're going to write examples for requests and offers and everything that we are practicing, right? So those were offers. Anytime that you have questions, you can stop me, right? Invitations. This is for you, please, Evelyn. Let's read everything in this slide, please, Evelyn.
Okay. Invitations. We use can, will, could, and would like when we invite someone to do something. Can you come to my house for dinner? Will, will you come to the dance with me? Would you celebrate Chinese New Year with us? Would you like to go to the cinema?
Thank you, Evelyn. Now, if you analyze what's the difference between this and offers? In offers, you do something for that person, right? In invitations, you are only proposing something so that that person can do that by themselves, or you are going to offer yourself as part of that activity. That's why here you say with me, right? So you can say that, right? Hey, would you like to go to the cinema with me? Will you come to the dance with me? Can you come to my house for dinner? Right? So that's inviting someone, right? You are inviting someone. You are not going to do something for that person necessarily, right? You could, but not necessarily. You are only going to give the idea of doing an activity, right? That's the main thing. So again, if you have questions, let me know. But once again, we're going to work with only 2 examples, all right? And once again, speaking, please. Um, it sometimes can be hard to use different verbs, but please try to use different verbs. Remember that this is an invitation. So you try to look for different alternatives or activities that you can propose as the idea to do. I'm going to start with you this time, please, Astrid. Give me 2 examples using 2 different adjectives, please. It can be can, will, could, would, or would like.
Okay, teacher. Um, would you like to travel with me? And the other will be teacher, would you go? Maybe no. That's very sad. Would you dance with me? Maybe.
Good. It's correct. Here, dance is as a noun, but you're using dance as a verb. So it's correct. It is correct, right? It's like saying, ¿Bailarías conmigo? Right? Would you dance with me? It's correct. Okay, so you use would like and you use would is correct. And you use travel and dance. Do you have questions about that part, Astrid? Let me know, please.
No, teacher.
Okay, thank you. Good. It was great. Now, the same with you, please, Evelyn. Here again, dance is like another word, but it's only a noun. You can use it as a verb, but it's better if you can try with different verbs as well, Evelyn. So what do you say? The same for you, please, Evelyn. Two examples. Okay, it can be can, will, could, would, or would you like.
Okay. Would you like some cake?
Okay, good. And that's correct. But remember, that's more than an invitation. It's also an invitation, but that's going to be more like an offer, right? Because you are not proposing an activity, you are offering something, right? So my recommendation, the difference is not that big, okay? They can be interchangeable, Evelyn. Try to use a verb after would like, and try to look for an activity that you both can do. All right, so how could it be?
Okay. Can you play with me?
Good. Yes, that is correct. It's valid. Good. That's one. One more, please.
Okay. Would you like to travel to Brazil with me?
Okay. Yes, and it's correct. All right. Travel is an interesting verb to use over here, as Astrid did, and it's correct, Emily. Thank you very much. Good. Okay. So again, the main difference, if you analyze, just before going to the next part and the last part, is that offer is when you are going to do something for that person, right? Would you like some coffee? Would you like some water, right? And it's like, here you have, right? There you go. It means I'm giving you that, right? That's an offer. But invitation is more like a proposal to an activity, right? Would you like to go to the cinema? Would you like to travel to Brazil, right? Would you like to study with me? Would you like to watch that movie? Would you like to, and so on and so forth, right? And here any ideas that you have in mind. So those were invitations. Okay, so only one more, please. This is the last one. Order in a restaurant, then you write your examples, and again, that's going to be it for this lesson. This is for you, please, Astrid. Let's read order in a restaurant.
Order in a restaurant. We can use I will have when ordering food or drinks in a restaurant. I'll have a bowl of chicken soup. I would like is another way of ordering food or drinks. I like sausage and eggs. I like a cup of coffee, please.
Great. Thank you very much, Astrid. So to do this, you don't have many options, right? And these are not questions. These are like statements. So I have a bowl of chicken soup. I'd like sausages and eggs. I'd like a cup of coffee, please. All right. So I'm going to ask you something. I'm going to be the waiter, right? Voy a ser el mesero. And ask for things that you want. Okay. Pretend that you're in a restaurant. For example, Evelyn, right? You are in a restaurant or you are in a cafe. I don't know. You are in a bar. You are in a place in which you can eat or drink. All right. And I come to you, Evelyn, and I ask, excuse me, have you decided what you want? How can you ask or answer, sorry, Evelyn, over there? And how can you order using these elements? Try to use different words, please, Evelyn. And I mean these words, okay? Different nouns. So what do you say? What order can you give me,
I'll have a salad.
Evelyn? Good, that's one. Great, I'll have a salad. Now, one more, please, with I'd like. And try to add something to drink now.
I'd like I'd like cake, chocolate cake.
All
Chocolate
right, good.
cake.
That's going to be like your dessert, right? Good. Like a dessert. There you go. Great. So I'll have, right, salad or some salad is going to be better. All right, salad or some salad. And I'd like, right, chocolate cake or like a slide of chocolate cake or something to drink, right? Some juice, whatever comes to your mind. Great. The same for you, please, Astrid, okay? So I come to you and I ask if you are ready to order, okay? Are you ready to order? Give me, please, two orders also, Astrid. One with I'll have and the other one with I'd like. Try to ask me for something to eat and try to ask for something to drink. Okay? Do it, please, Astrid.
I would like a lemon pie with a cup of tea. And the other, I have pasta.
There you go. Great. Thank you, Astrid. It is correct. So just that, right? I know that you know this type of vocabulary is just remembering, is just reinforcing, reviewing, and being sure that you can remember that. Okay, so I'll have and I'd like. All right, so that's it. If you have questions, let me know. But once again, we are going to finish this lesson by writing examples. Okay, so I'm sharing, this is the same link, right? You remember that you have this on Google Classroom, but I'm sharing this with you. The link is in the chat. Okay, so go there, please, in the same place, right? In the place where you have your names. Please, you're going to write two examples with requests, okay? Two requests. You're going to write two offers, all right? You're going to write two invitations, and finally, two orderings, okay? Or to order in a restaurant, but we're going to call those orderings. Okay, so 8 sentences in total. Actually, it's going to be 6 questions and 2 sentences, right? Because for orderings, you have sentences. All right, let me know, please, if you have any questions. Again, 2 examples for requests, 2 examples for offers, 2 examples for invitations, and 2 examples for orderings. All right, let's do it, please. For that, we're going to have approximately 5 to 6 minutes. If you finish before, let me know. If not, we're going to check what you got up to that point. All right, let's start doing it, please, Astrid and Evelyn. 5 to 6 minutes, and we check. All right, we check in 2 minutes, please. One more minute. Okay, so let's take a look at what you got. We had extra 20 seconds, but we have to check 8 examples, right? 2 examples for requests, 2 examples for offers, 2 for invitations, and finally 2 for orderings. We're going to try to see if they apply right to this rule, and we're going to keep working if they do. So I'm going to start with you, please, Astrid. Let's read everything that you wrote, please.
Okay, teacher. I am requesting a letter of recommendation. You have to request your birth certificate. Can I help you park? Can I work with the group? Would you think with me? Would you like dinner with me? I will have pizza. I would like a croissant with a cup of coffee.
Great, thank you, Astrid. Okay, only 2 details mainly. Remember that at the beginning when we were practicing, yes, it's possible to make requests by statements, right? I want you to please give me or extend some certification that shows that I've been studying here, right? That's a request, good. But remember that here, to practice, we need to write questions, all right, for the requests. So please, I'm just going to ask you to try to change those 2 ideas, okay, number 1 and number 2, to questions using the models that we can use, all right, mainly because we have to practice the models, okay, and remember that models are going to be can, could, will, would, and following these rules over here. All right, just again for practicing, because a request can be a statement as well, Astrid, as we said, but please, let's try to do it in one of these ways, right? Will you pass me the salt? Could you please open the door? Or could you please give me a certificate or the certificate that shows that I'm studying here, right? Or would you please in negative? All right, only that one, please. Let's make that change. Let's make the 2 statements into questions. And if you have to change the words, do it. All right, just for practice. And in terms of the other ones, I think they're working good. Can I help you? Park, all right. Can I work with the group? In this way also, it's kind of an offer, but it feels more like a permission. All right, so I'm going to mark like that the ones that I believe that can be different. No, actually, I'm going to try to put them in that way. Okay, so that one, let's try to reanalyze that one, please. Because again, an offer, it has to be a direct offering, something that you're going to give. But here, again, more than an offer, it's not that you are offering yourself to work with the group, it feels more like permission. All right, then can you sing? Oh, sorry, would you sing with me? Good. And this one, instead of only dinner, because remember, dinner as a verb, it's common only in England, and sometimes, not every times. So my recommendation is to say, would you like have, all right, to have dinner with me? Then I'll have pizza. Good. I would like a croissant with a cup of coffee. Okay, good. There you go. So just those ones, please, Astrid. Let's make those changes. Also, let's analyze number 5, sorry, and we check. All right, I'll be back. Now, I'm going with you, Evelyn. Let's read your examples now, please, Evelyn.
Yeah, okay. Could you please repeat that again? Will you pass this book? Would you like some of drink? Could I help you to clean your room? Would you like to go to the party? Could you come to my birthday day? I'll have cookies. I would like some sweet to eat.
Great. Thank you very much, Evelyn. I think we have everything we need. All right. Only some corrections in this case, Evelyn. Good. The first two are indeed, right? Those are requests. Okay. So no observations about that. Can you please, or could you please repeat that again? Or will you pass this book? Good. Okay. Requests. Great. Now let's go to the, these are offerings, right? This is good, but be careful. If you are offering drinks or a food, you have to use the word, not some. If you use some, Evelyn, you need an object. Okay, for example, would you like some pasta? Okay, would you like some cookies? All right, so you use uncountable or countable plural nouns after some, but you cannot use only some and then drink. All right, so if you want to give an idea that is not clear, you have to say something. All right, and you don't say of, you have to say to. All right, so it's going to be something to drink. All right, would you like something to drink? Okay, that's one. Then could I help you clean? All right, with help you can use to, it's correct, but it's more common if you say it without the to. Okay, with the base form only. Can I help you clean your room? All right, it's going to be better in that case. Would you like to go to the party? Good. Would you come to my birthday? If you say birthday, they, right, that's like repetitive if you realize, right? Because your birthday is the day in which you were born. Okay, so don't say that. It's better if you say my birthday, for example, party. Okay, would you come, or could you come to my birthday party, or could you come to my birthday? Right, and that's going to be enough. Or could you come to my house on my birthday? Right, but birthday day is going to be too repetitive. And finally, here the same. Sweet is an adjective. You don't say only some sweets, because a sweet is not a noun. Okay, you can say some candies, right? Some candies. But if you want to say sweet, you need to complement that idea. Or you can do that. But I'm going to give you my two suggestions, all right? You can use sweet before a description like food, all right? Some sweet food to eat, but that's weird. but it's correct, as you can see. Okay, it's correct, but it's weird. The other option, if you don't want to say that, you can say candy. Okay, would you like some candy? Or if it's something different that is not a candy, you can say, would you like some sweets? And sweets refers to a variety of food that you can eat that are sweet. Okay, but in that case, it's not going to be let's say, um, it's not going to be like that broad or that specific or an adjective. All right, in that case, when you use it with S, it's going to be a noun. All right, so let's repeat, please, Evelyn. Only number 18, 21, and 23, please.
Number 18.
Yes, correct.
Would you like something to drink? Number 1. Could you come to my birthday party? Number 23. I would like some sweet food, candy, sweets to eat.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Evelyn. And again, if you're not talking about, because candy and sweets son solamente como dulcecitos, Evelyn. All right. But if it's better if you say like the specific food that you want. All right. Or again, you can say something sweet to eat. Okay. You can say that. Some sweet, incorrect. But if you say something sweet to eat, it refers that perhaps you want some dessert, that you want some chocolate, that you want a piece of cake, that you want a pie, right? A slice of pie. So you have more options if you say something sweet to eat. All right. So I'm adding that as an option here. Something sweet to eat. All right. But that's it. If you have questions, please, you're going to let me know. But before finishing this, I'm going with you, please, Astrid. Let's read once again only the elements that you changed, please.
And the one is, could you give me my birth certificate? The other is could you help me with the homework?
Great. And how can you change number 6, Astrid? Remember that number 6 is not like an offer, it's more like permission. How or what example can you give me with an offer? And you can change number 6, only speaking can be.
Maybe, can I drive you home?
Okay, correct. Can I drive you home, take you home, and those verbs? Great. Thank you very much, Astrid. There you go. So that's it. Okay, Evelyn and Astrid. If you have questions about these ways to ask for many things like requests, offers, invitations, and for ordering in a restaurant, you can let me know. All right. But if not, again, that's going to be that lesson. In the time that we have left, we're going to work on this element that it's going to be like very straight, right? Only so and such. Before starting, I want to ask if you know something about it. I'm going to start with you, please, Evelyn. Perhaps working on Pearson, you have already checked this, but if not, what do you know about so and such, Evelyn? When do you use so? When do you use such? What do you say?
Such maybe when you explain and you want say like similar function like
Okay, what example can you give me? Because I get it and you're right. Can be used before a list of items or an example. Correct. How can you use that in an example, Evelyn? Try to give me one example, please.
Mm, I don't know, but can be. I like the animals, uh, such such as the dog, cat, bird, algo
Great.
así.
Great. It's good. Good. That's one usage. Thank you, Evelyn. Correct. Here, we're not going to cover that, okay, in this lesson, but yes, that is one way to use such. Such, and more than like, right? Because like, it's going to be less common and only for similarities, right? But it's better to use such. Such actually is the best option when you want to give a list of items, right? Or an example, I love animals such as, right? Or I like to do activities such as. So you clarify, right? You clarify or you give an example with such plus as, right? Such as. Good. That's one usage, all right? But we have more usages for such and we have more usages for so. So I'm going to try to see that with you, Astrid. What else can you say? When actually, okay, when do you think that you can use, or when do you know that you can use so and such in different situations, Astrid? What do you say?
I use so when I want to describe something that it's maybe um, mm, extremely beautiful or good or other adjective. Maybe, for example, she's so beautiful or it is so good.
That is correct. Correct, Astrid. That's for emphasis, right? Or intensifiers. Great. Only to know if you know about such. So is great, Astrid. And what do you say about such? Just to complement. Do you think that it can be used in a similar way to so, Astrid? Or what do you know about such?
Uh, you can use such when you want emphasize um, adjective plus a noun.
Very good. Great. Try to give me only one example, please, Astrid. That's correct.
Um, she's such a funny girl.
Thank you. Correct. That's a great example because it shows very well how to use such. Okay, so that is so and that's such. Evelyn, you were right. Such can be used, as Astrid said, to intensify a noun, but that can be like after an adjective, right? She's such a beautiful girl. He's such a nice person, right? They are such great people, right? But when you only use the adjective, you say so, right? She's so beautiful. They are so smart. We are so comfortable. And such, as you said, Evelyn, can also be used before a list of items or before examples or clarifications, right? So I love to practice many type of sports, such as, and you give the list, right? Such as basketball, volleyball, and you continue, right? Good. So if that's clear, then let's practice. First, this is going to be for you, please, Evelyn. Let's read these examples.
Let's analyze. She is so beautiful. They are so smart. It is such a beautiful day. He is such a gentleman.
All right. Thank you, Evelyn. Let's only repeat, please, on those sounds. Let's only repeat this element over here, please, Evelyn. This is going to be gentleman. All right, gentleman. Let's repeat that, please.
Gentleman. Gentleman.
Gentleman. Good. Good. Now, if I ask you also this is also for you, please, Evelyn. What is the difference between these examples and these examples over here? She's so beautiful. They are so smart. Or it is such a beautiful day. He's such a gentleman, right? Gentleman. So what's the difference between so and such and the way you use them, Evelyn? How can you explain that?
The first example is intensifier, the adjective, or use replace with the word to she is too beautiful. Where is incorrect, but similar function. In the second example is giving like a example. I don't know how explain.
All right. In the first one, I agree with you in the first one. It was great, Evelyn. Correct. It's intensifying. Actually, number two, it's also an intensifier. Okay. It is such a beautiful day. Okay. It's not an example. Remember, it can be an example when you say such as. Okay. In your example, Evelyn, right? I love animals such as dogs and cats. Right? But you give the examples. That's a different usage. Okay, that's a different usage. Like to, right? To, T-O-O. It can be, for example, I like ice cream too, right? That's for saying as well, me too. Or you can say to as you did here, right? This is too hard, right? So two different meanings. It happens the same with such, Evelyn, okay? In your example, is like, for example, right? I like animals, for example, dogs and cats. Or I like animals such as dogs and cats, right? So good. That's the meaning, example. But in this case, it's not example. Actually, so and such are the same. The only difference is that so is before adjectives, only adjectives. Okay, you don't say they are so smart people. Incorrect. She is so beautiful girl. Incorrect. If you want to say that, you have to use such. All right. It is such a beautiful day, or she is such a beautiful girl. And here, they are so smart, but you can say, if you want to use such, you need a noun. This is a noun, right? They and gentlemen, because you can count, right? 1 day, 2 days. One gentleman, two gentlemen, right? You change the A to E, okay? But it's a noun. So here you say, for example, they are such smart people. They are such smart guys. All right, so and such, they are the same, okay? Exactly the same. The only difference is what you use for each of them, all right? And I'm going to write that example. If you have questions about that, you're going to let me know. But if you understand that difference, then you understand and you know how to use so and such. All right. So again, this is the example. And a couple of examples, right? She is intelligent, or sorry, we're using so, right? So intelligent, right? She's so intelligent, right? And if you want to use a noun, you don't say so intelligent girl, right? You're going to say she is such an intelligent, and an is not because of intelligent, right? An is because of the noun woman. All right, it's because of this word. Okay, so as you can see, the meaning is exactly the same. She's so intelligent. She's such an intelligent woman. And one more, okay? The last one is going to be like this in plural, because it can be with plural as well. All right, they are so, let's say, annoying. Okay, they are so annoying. Or if you want to mention the group or the noun, you're going to say they are such annoying people. Okay, and again, the meaning is the same. You are only clarifying the noun. Okay, so in this example, Evelyn and Astrid, we are not going to see such as, that means example. We are going to see such as, so as intensifiers. Okay, if you have questions about this, let me know. But again, if you understand these examples, then you know how to use so and such. All right, let's continue reading, please, before we write the examples and practice. This is for you, please, Astrid. Explanation.
Use so and such to intensify adjectives, adverbs, and nouns.
Good. There you go. Okay, so both are intensifiers. You use so to intensify, you use such to intensify. All right, in both cases, both are intensifiers. That was short. Let's keep reading this one, please, Astrid. Also you, please. So.
Use so with an adjective or adverb to make it stronger. It's so hot today. She looks so young in that photo. He walks so slowly. It's so annoying.
Great, thank you, Astrid. So mainly, you can work if you want with adverbs, all right? I'm not going to make you do it. What I care about is adjectives. It's so hot, right? Today, that's just a clarification. It's not an object. She looks, because you can say today, comma, it's so hot, right? So that's a different word. She looks so young in that photo, right? Again, a compliment. Or he walks how? So slowly, and it's so annoying, right? Again, have that in mind. If you have questions throughout this review, let me know. Now, with so, actually, let's do something before going to that part, please, Evelyn and Astrid. Only with so, okay? Only with so. And this time, only speaking. Let's give just a couple of examples. Let's start with you, please, Evelyn. Following these examples here, Evelyn, give me two ideas using so with any adjectives, all right? But let's not use these adjectives. Use other adjectives. What do you say, Evelyn? Only two examples.
It's so cool today. So
Okay.
cool today. And he talks so loudly.
All right, loudly. Good. Let's repeat that word, please. Loudly.
Loudly. Loudly.
Loudly. Okay, good. And remember that it's better if you say like speak, right? He speaks so loudly, because talk again is mainly related to the topic. right? And speak it related to the sound. Okay, good. He speaks so loudly. Great. Now, just one question, Evelyn. When you say cool, do you want to say fresco, right? Or what do you want to say with that word?
Other word?
In your first example, right? You said it's so cool today, right? When you say cool, are you meaning fresco?
I refer like cold, freeze.
Good, and then it has to be cold, right? Because you said like cool. Cool is going to be like fresh, right? But cold is going to be that one. It's so freezing, you can say, or it's so cold.
Cold. Okay.
Great, thank you. Thank you, Evelyn. Good. Now, also with you, please, Astrid. Again, 2 examples using so.
The food tastes so good, and the computer is so old.
Correct. Exactly. Great. And with taste, even you need there an adjective, right? Because usually you say well, but taste is a linking verb, and that's why you can keep using good. So it's correct. Great. So I have no observations. Let's keep working. The next part is also with so, but in the next part, you have to use nouns. Okay, so you can use so with nouns, but only when you say the word with much or many. And you know that many is for countable, and you know that much is for uncountable. Right? But anyway, let's read this. This is for you, please, Evelyn. Let's read everything, please.
So much and so many. Use so many with countable nouns and so much with uncountable nouns to add intensity to an idea. There were so many people there. We had so much time left.
Great. Thank you, Evelyn. Let's only repeat these words, please, Evelyn. This word here is going to be a, so it's going to be many. Let's repeat that, please.
Many.
Many, good. And this is only going to be like e, so it's going to be intensity. Intensity.
Intensity. Intensity.
Great. Thank you, Evelyn. Great. Now, you know so much. What is countable? Everything that can be counted, right? 2 boys, 3 girls, 5 students, 7 cars, right? Everything that can be counted is countable. Everything that cannot be counted is uncountable, right? Water, you don't say, I have 2 waters, right? No, I have water. You don't say, I have 2 soups, right? No, you say, I have soups, or soup, sorry. You don't say, I have 2 pizzas, right? You say, I have pizza, right? All of those are uncountable. Liquids, right? Water, coffee, soup, anything that is liquid. Particles, okay? Big or small particles. For example, rice, cereal, or dust. Okay, those are particles. You don't count that. Then you have abstract ideas, right? For example, love, information, time, money, right? Those are uncountable because those are abstract ideas. And also many types of foods, as the one that you need to cut to eat, right? For example, you have pizza, as I mentioned before, cake, right? You have a butter, you have bread, right? All of those are uncountable nouns. Okay, so with that said, let's try to think of some ideas. First, I'm going to work with you, please, Emily. Try to use again different elements over here. And you can use this in many ways. Sorry, I'm going to start with you, Astrid. For example, here you have, there were so many people there, or you can use this as a again, there's so much noise, sorry. You can use that as a subject. Many people came to the party yesterday, right? Many people came to the party yesterday. Or we didn't, okay, we didn't have so much time. But again, I only changed to negative, right? So I'm showing you first. You can use this as the subject, and you can use that also, of course, in negative, affirmative statements or questions. So what do you say? What two examples can you give me, Astrid? One example with so many and one example with so much, using different nouns, please.
In 2 sentences, teacher.
Okay. Yes, let's do it in 2 sentences, please. One with so many, one with so much.
For example, they were doing so much sugar, maybe.
All right. If they, I don't know if they are going to do that, right? Perhaps you can say they were preparing or making a different type of sugar could be. I don't know if there's a type of sugar that can be made. Actually, I don't know. Okay, I'm ignorant on that. But if there is, then you have to say with make. Okay, make or preparing. All right. So one more time, please, Astrid.
They were making so much bread.
Okay, good. Exactly, right? Something that you can prepare or make. Good, that's one. One more with many, please. Anything that can be plural, okay? Anything that is plural.
For example, she was reading so many books.
That is correct. Thank you, Astrid. Good. Now we have dogs. I'm going to go with you now, Evelyn. Okay, exactly the same, please, Evelyn. Give me one example with so many and one example with so much. All right, we work great with you, Astrid. Thank you. Let's do it now, please, Evelyn. One for each.
And nowadays, there are so many children in the gardens.
Good. In the garden, right? Good.
And so much can be, I love you so much.
In that one, it's not that. The expression is correct, Evelyn, but it's going to be a different type of example, right? Because the love is before, and so much is only adding intensity, but to the action, okay? To the action. Here, you need to add intensity to a noun, all right? So you can use love, but try to use love after so much and try to use a different expression. How can you do that?
Other examples?
Can be other, all right, but in your example, I'm going to show you how to change. I love you so much is great, but to use this example, you have to say something like this. I feel so much love. Okay, I feel so much love. All right, and that's a little bit different. The idea is the same, but there the intensity is in the noun. Okay, because love you is a verb. Love there is a noun. Okay, so please, yes, give me one more example with that logic. You need to use the noun after so much.
Okay. I have so much free time.
Okay, good. That's correct with time. You're using the same one over here with time, but it's okay. All right, good. Thank you, Evelyn. Correct. So let's analyze. Again, if you have questions, girls, you're going to let me know. It's always good when you try to look for different words to practice, right? And again, here you have time, but always try to think of different things like money, right? Food. Then you have the examples that I gave you, information. Then you have a lot of types of food, right? Pizza, pasta, all of those are uncountable, right? So much pasta, so much pizza, so much water, so much beer, so much wine, so much information, so much news. Even news is uncountable. Okay, so much news, so much money that we mentioned before. Okay, all of those are going to be okay. All right, if you use them and try to play with different words so that you can practice. Now, this is so little. Exactly the same. All right, good, good. We have the time to finish because this is the last part for so, and then we go to few, and that's it. So much, so many, it's for a lot. So few, so little is when you don't have what you need, right? It's the opposite. So few is the opposite of so many, and so little is the opposite of so much, right? And it means then, as a consequence, few is for countable and little is for uncountable. All right, this time let's read this with you, please, Astrid. So few and so little.
Okay, teacher. Use sorry. Um, use so few with countable nouns and so little with uncountable nouns to add intensity to an idea. There were so few people there. We had so little time left.
There you go. Thank you, Astrid. So as you can see, the sentences are the same, but the meaning is different. So few people, it means that there were not a lot of people, okay? There were not a lot of people, the opposite. And we had so little time, it means that we don't have much time, that we don't have a lot of time. All right, so once again, please, I'm going to ask you to give me examples, Evelyn and Astrid. And remember, please don't use these words, okay? Don't use people, don't use time, okay? Try to use different countable nouns and different uncountable nouns. This time, I'll start with you, please, Evelyn. What do you say? Give me, please, two examples. One example with so few and one example with so little, please, Evelyn. What do you say?
There were so few chairs in the party yesterday, and we had no. I I had so little information about the company.
Great, perfect. That was great, Evelyn. Thank you. Good. You play around with the words, and that was great. Okay, that was very good. Even adding information makes your idea different, right? And that's very important, again, for practicing and for combining the words. And that's always good for practicing in general. Great. Astrid, let's do the same with you, please, Astrid. One with so few and one with so little, please.
There were so few cups in the kitchen, and the other they had so little salt.
Great, exactly. And you can complement that with something else, right? But the idea is that you use the correct countable or uncountable nouns. So little salt and so few of the element that you mentioned. I'm going to remember now. All right, but good. There you go. Great. If you have questions about this, you are going to let me know. But again, remember, so few with countable, so little with uncountable. And you can use this in many ways, not only like in these examples, right? But that's a good way to practice. Finally, and to finish today, this is going to be the last part of the presentation. Yes, it is. And we have 5 minutes. So those 5 minutes are for this. Let's read this, please. Evelyn, such.
Such. With a noun or adjective plus noun, we use such to make it stronger. You're such an angel. It's such a hot day today. They are such lovely boys. I love them.
Great. Thank you, Evelyn. So again, the only rules here, Evelyn and Astrid, is that you can use it directly with the noun, right? You're such an angel, right? It is un ángel, tremendo ángel, right? But you don't have that word in Spanish when you say such an angel. But you give the idea that this is intensifying the word angel, all right? So you're such an angel. Or when you see a guy, right? If you, Evelyn and Astrid, okay, you see the man or the boy that you like because he has many things in terms of personality and many things that you said that you admire, right? You can say, wow, he's such a man, right? Or the boy, right? She's such a woman. But more common than that, it is correct, but more common is when you combine adjective, right? The adjective is here, green, plus noun, purple, right? It's such a nice day. It's such a hot day. It's such a cold day. All right, that's one. Then they're such lovely boys. Now, if you analyze the difference, Evelyn and Astrid, that's to finish because you're going to give me these two examples. One is plural. Okay, so let me delete everything. And like that. This is plural, so it has a or an plus adjective plus noun. And the other one is, so this is singular, right? And the other one is plural. So here you don't have a, you don't have an. Why? Because this is plural. All right, but in both cases, you say such. It is such a hot day today. They are such lovely boys. I love them. Okay, so to finish today, please, Evelyn and Astrid, you're going to give me two examples, only two. One, and again, it's just speaking, all right? Today it's just speaking with this lesson. One example with singular, okay, singular, a hot day, but remember, don't use those words. And one example with plural nouns. Okay, so I'm going to start. Actually, I'm going to start this with you, Astrid. What example can you give me with a singular noun and also an adjective, right? Like in this example, but it has to be a different adjective and a different noun. What do you say, Astrid?
With singular and plural.
Huh?
It is such an organized group.
Good. Well, good. One more time, please, Astrid. I couldn't hear very well. Like your microphone was like covered. Your voice was not that clear. I don't know why. One more time, please.
Okay, teacher. It is such an organized group.
Good, good. And there, is it organized or unorganized? Let's repeat one more time.
And organized group.
Great. It's such an organized group, right? Because you have vowels, and because of the vowel, you say A-N, right? Good. That's one. One more, please. And this has to be plural.
They are such responsible students.
Very good. Those were great examples, Astrid. Now, this is the last part. That's why I'm asking you here, Astrid. Do you have any questions about so and such? Do you understand how to use them? Let me know, please.
I'm not teacher. I don't.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Astrid. The same with you, please, Evelyn. And again, this is to finish the class. One singular example and one plural example using such, please, Evelyn. What do you say? What examples can you give me?
Okay. He is such such a nightman, and they are such friendly girls.
Okay, good. Only one question in the first one. Can you repeat one more time, please, the adjective in the first example, Evelyn?
Night, como caballeros.
Okay, but remember that is not going to be the word Evelyn, because knight is okay, but knight is like that type of caballero, but when they fight, okay, in the Middle Age, when they fight with swords, okay. But the one, remember, you're going to say gentleman, okay. So directly gentleman, or gentleman, good. Or you can say he's such an attentive, okay, attentive man or attentive boy. Okay, let's repeat the two, please, Evelyn.
Okay, he is such attentive man, or he is such he is such a gentleman.
Great, exactly. There you go. Thank you, Evelyn. And again, the question, Evelyn, do you have any questions about this lesson? Do you have any questions about so and about such? Let me know.
No, it's clear, teacher.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much. Good. So that's it. All right. That's going to be it for now then, Evelyn and Astrid. As always, please, let's fill out today's survey. It's over there. And you can leave when you finish. All right. Remember, please, you have to finish today with your assignments on Pearson. And after this class, you can take the first quiz today, tomorrow, or Friday. Okay, do it when you can, please, girls. Thanks for being here. Have a good night and see you on Monday. All right, bye-bye.
Thank you, teacher. See you Monday.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. See you.
Sorry, teacher, my internet connection was weak.
Don't worry.
See you tomorrow. See you Monday, teacher.
See you Monday. Bye-bye, Astrid.